Right now, look at the color red in front of you. That same red might be appearing as green to the person sitting next to you, and both of you will die without ever knowing it. I know that sounds strange, but this isn't science fiction. This is one of the most fundamental holes in human cognition, one we have no way to verify, even at this very moment. Today, we're going to look into that hole. The story begins with a simple question. You look at a red apple. Your brain processes the information red. The person next to you looks at the same apple. Their brain processes the same word, red. You both use the same word. The same wavelength of light enters both of your eyes. But here's a question almost no one asks. Inside each of your brains, who has ever confirmed what that color actually feels like? The answer is no one ever has, because there's no way to check. The method simply doesn't exist. Philosophers call this the problem of inverted qualia. It sounds complicated, but the concept is terrifyingly simple. The feeling of red that you experience and the feeling of red that I experience could be completely different. They could even be exact opposites. What feels like red to you might be, internally, the exact same experience you'd call green if you were in my mind. And we can never know. Because from the moment we were born, we were taught to call that color red. We didn't learn the content. We only learned the label. Here's where it gets unsettling. In your entire life, you have never once seen the world through someone else's eyes, not even for a single second. The world you see is a film screening only inside your own skull. There's exactly one ticket to that theater, and only one seat, yours. And yet, we forget this completely. We talk, we love, we argue, we live our whole lives, all while assuming everyone is watching the same movie. But then, something strange happened. Scientists found a crack, a way to actually approach this question. Through research on color blindness, color perception experiments, and fMRI studies of the visual cortex, researchers discovered something startling. The activation patterns in the brain regions that process color vary dramatically from person to person. The same color, completely different fireworks going off inside the brain. This isn't just individual variation. This is the moment a crack forms in one of our most basic assumptions, that we all share the same reality. And this is where everything changes. Let's try a thought experiment. It's a famous philosophical scenario called Mary's Room. Mary is a brilliant scientist who has lived her entire life inside a black and white room. She knows everything there is to know about color, every wavelength of light, every process in the brain, every equation. Then one day, Mary steps outside and sees a red rose for the first time. Here's the question. Did Mary learn something new? Many philosophers say yes, because knowing all the information about color and experiencing color are two entirely different dimensions of reality, which means no matter how much we know about the world, we can never truly reach another being's experience itself. But that wasn't even the worst part. This problem doesn't end with color. The pain you feel, the love you feel, the loneliness you feel, all of these carry the exact same structure. You only learned the word sad. You can never confirm whether the sadness the person next to you feels has the same density, the same texture as your own. We spend our entire lives trapped in separate inner universes, using the same words as bridges, pretending we're truly communicating. But that bridge has never actually been fully connected, not once. And here's the part almost no one talks about. This isolation isn't a sad story. It's actually the opposite. Think about it. We have never once directly verified another person's inner world, and yet we fall in love. We build friendships. We form families. Sealed completely inside our own private universes, we never stopped trying to reach each other anyway. Maybe all of human art, every poem, every song, every conversation, all of it might be a desperate gesture to overcome this fundamental isolation. When we say, "I understand you," that sentence is, in truth, an almost impossible promise. And yet, we keep making it anyway. This was never really a story about color. This is a story about us, about how fundamentally alone each of us truly is, and yet, how desperately we keep reaching for one another despite that isolation. When you look into the eyes of someone you love right now, you have never once seen their world, not once. And yet, looking into those eyes, you feel something. That feeling, that might just be the strangest, most beautiful miracle of being human. Next time you watch a sunset, pause for a moment. That orange light you're seeing, it can never be reproduced exactly by any other eyes in existence. It belongs only to you. Right now, you are seeing a color that has never once been repeated anywhere in the universe. And when you're gone, that color disappears with you.